Long ago has the flute-like peal ended, the bronze dragon's welcome of the young human into the world ended. Now all that remains is the gentle tug of mind upon mind as he wills Jaze to come, to bring the baby, to make a proper introduction. But Jaze waits. Well, he's sure that Jan would understand his desire. He does not wish to alarm the healer, nor the midwife who have remained behind. Instead, he waits in the silence until he can hear their steady, even breathing, a sign that they sleep. Only then does he stand and make his way on silent feet, stealth practiced often, over to the side of the crib. There he reaches down and gathers up the small bundle wrapped in a pink blanket. In the dim light of the room, Jaze looks down. Her hair is brown, what little there is of it, and he has a feeling that her eyes, just like his, just like Jan's, would be a deep chocolate brown. He stands there in silence for just a moment, but the call and the tug of the breezes against his mind is not something he has any desire to ignore or to put off. Carrying Jaze, Jaze sets his way outside of the small cottage and towards the area where two dragons lay. Kainesyth unwinds himself from his crouch, and as Jaze comes closer, the bronze extends his head very, very gently, till it is on par with where Jaze stands. There, Jaze stops, just inches from his life mate, and moving carefully, uncovers Jaze's small face. I can't stay for long. She shouldn't be outside. She's still too young. But he holds her up, so the bronze can see the little creature. The little girl. His little girl. Kainesyth lowers his head till his muzzle almost just barely touches the little girl. Still asleep, Jaze seems to instinctively know that something is above her, and one of her small hands moves until it rests right on Kainesyth's muzzle. Kainesyth's mind is the spring, but not the riot of color that it had been in the excitement of the birth. No, it has subdued, pulled itself back together. Now, the river runs high, but it does not rage. The saguaros are proud and waxy, their flowers just barely beginning to unfurl and show their purple hearts. Creatures of all shapes and sizes skitter around. It's these images that Kainesyth freely shares with both Jaze and the little one who sleeps in his arms. Jaze seems to understand because she wiggles. A soft moan escapes her lips, and Jaze pulls her away and wraps her up just a little bit tighter till she settles. I'm going to do right by her. Jaze's voice cuts the stillness of the evening as he takes his eyes from the baby and lifts him up to Kainesyth's. Kainesyth's eyes whirl gently, a contented greenish blue. Of course you will. Kainesyth's breezes brush through Jaze's mind, trying to work away worry that has settled there in the long hours. No, Kainesyth, you don't understand. Not all parents are good. I mean, my parents weren't. I'm sure Jan's weren't any better. We don't know the first thing about raising a kid. And, well, we're not going to get much of a chance. She's going to be fostered. I mean, it's the only way. Kainesyth's breezes are gently reassuring as they work away at Jaze's worries, one by one. Time holds the key to all knowledge. Just because you do not know it all now does not mean that you will not know it. And there are those that you might ask. Images are shared, blue rider, bronze rider, people that Jaze has come to know. Even Abigail is there, with her quiet, calm assurance. I know I'm not alone. But Kainesyth, what if I do it wrong? His eyes move from the bronze dragons down onto the sleeping baby's face. What if I do it wrong? You won't. There's unerring love in his words as the bronze dragon reassures Jaze. With that said, Kainesyth pulls away and goes back to settle back next to the gold dragon. You can do it. His final thought is sent before he curls up in a particular curl that tells Jaze that Kainesyth is done talking. There will be no stories tonight, as the bronze gets lost in his own mind. A chill settles down Jaze's spine, and he shakes it off. This causes Jaze to awaken, but she does not cry. She simply fusses slightly, shifting in his arms. Turning, Jaze walks back to the cottage, his steps even and smooth. I'm gonna do right. Kainesyth, of course, was right. Time would bring all knowledge. And even though he didn't know it now, eventually this father thing would come. One thing Jaze does know, he's going to embrace it with all. For the first time, there's something that would break with his freedom. It lays in his arms, and Jaze does not fight against it. He lays Jaze down, and for long hours until she awakens and demands to be fed, he'll simply watch her, his mind turning slowly over the new wonder in his life.